Kia ora, ni hao, sin chao. What's up, people? Witty here, You Be the Judge podcast show. We're back for another podcast where we will reveal what the mainstream media doesn't reveal, and we talk about all sorts of exotic topics out there where the truth can set you free, but first it will piss you off. Right, this podcast show, I have a very special guest. He's been on before, and we've interviewed him once, and we had an awesome interview. I'd like to welcome back to the podcast, Servet. How you going there, Servet?
I'm fine, very. How are you? How are you? It's nice to be good back.
Yeah, it's great to be back again. It's been a while since we last talked. I
Yeah.
think we talked about transitioning out of the matrix, and that was a
Yes,
very interesting
exactly.
podcast. So thank you
Yes, it was.
for that chat. And people, you can check out that podcast on our YouTube channel
Hmm.
right here at You Be the Judge. So this week is a very important podcast because there's been a lot of news flying around, and people would have heard about it flying around, no pun intended. But this week we're going to talk about 3IAtlas. But before we get into
Hmm.
that, I want to ask you a few questions about
Hmm.
astral traveling. So how did
Hmm.
your own involvement in astral travel begin? And are there different types of dimensions within the astral experience that relate to this cosmic narrative?
Okay. Well, yeah, as you know, this 3IAtlas has been on the news, and people be quite trying to find out what's really going on. There are lots of speculations going on, and it seems that we can see generally that the governments are quite hiding lots of information. So this is why it got me into to try to find out about 3IAtlas. But before that, I want to explain to you about astral travel, like you asked. I mean, most people think astral travel, astral journey only happens in your dreams. However, when you look at the, different cultures, especially in Australia, dream walkers as such, I'm sure you heard of them, that there's a different ways of reaching out to the unknown. And this is where things get quite interesting for us to understand as human beings that we know more deeper things than that we thought that we didn't know. So this is a way for me towards a way to break through the matrix system in a sense. My first experience started back in 4 years ago. So this was just about the end of the COVID times as such. I was going through quite difficult times and where I was quite a bit depressed and in a sense. And I had to, I was in a very difficult situation where I was in a business partnership, and my business partner, I felt that he was doing things behind my back. So I was kind of spiritually, I'm a spiritual person. I've been a spiritual person most of my life. I was kind of led into to trying to find out what was his reasons that what he was trying to do, whatever he was trying to damage me, he was trying to, get back at me in a bad way, which in a sense that he made me resolve understand what was his real plan, and which in a sense that he may help me. So I was telepathically contacting him, to trying to figure out. But eventually, that I moved on from that, and I wanted to know more. So I tried to kind of use this experience as a way to open portals while awake, especially using crystals as such at night, or using a deep meditation music. So I realized that through the energetical portals that I can be able to see through different parts of the world and see through different things. And I realized that there are different categories of astral travel. So we have the Earth level, so which means like I think this was used by the CIA as well back in the Cold War. I believe that they should use it. It's called remote viewing. If your followers look, remote viewing, and it's called Project Stargate. Project Stargate. CIA spent billions of dollars on this project. They were trying to find out about the secrets of Soviet Union, Even though it says in 1995 this project was closed down, I don't think it was closed down. In the unknown, it's still going on. So what did this project Stargated, which I did personally as well? I was trying to, on the Earth level of seeing things, finding out things, whatever, figure out what's happening in different parts of the world as such, which I have managed to see quite amazing things that I feel that been hidden from us, like human beings in a sense, that I have went through. How can I say, secret government project perhaps? I know that it's hard to comprehend, but if you look for the Stargate project, that they were quite into this. And then I realized there's a different way of us to travel as well. So that's on the Earth level, on the present time. And there's a time travel wise as well. So to be able to see through the future and perhaps see through the past as well. So through seeing through the future, it gave me the sense of figure out what was to happen in maybe important events in a sense, which yourself kind of made me understand and be aware of the things that might come happen. Then there's the higher levels of dimensional levels of astral travel. There's a fourth dimension, and this is where lots of mediums, people who deal with black magic, where they contact different, beings in a sense to work through their kind of magic in a sense. And there's the fifth and sixth level of dimensional levels, where this is all happens in the galactic levels, or where most people where you will hear the galactic aliens such as Pleiadians and different kind of beings where they make contact and they get information. There's lots of people especially work on this to bring message from them to Earth and share this information. So eventually, so I consider a couple of different categories, and it could be done. Some people sometimes use, kind of different drugs, natural drugs to uplift themselves, but I do it naturally. I use crystals, I use deep meditation as such, where I can be able to contact. However, in my experiences, when you go above the fourth dimension, that you will get kind of a resistance within the system. So you're breaking from the ranks of the matrix system. You're trying to go through the back doors. So there's always agents as the matrix. So they will try to. These are beings like where they don't want you to go up onto higher levels of knowledge.
So, why did you personally pursue astral travel? Was it to gather intel, spiritual growth, or preparation for some coming changes?
Well, you can add all of them into that basically. So spiritual growth, to intelligence, or learn about different things that we've been hidden from. And also, obviously, you should understand that Earth, in a sense, is in itself is in a big, massive universe. So, and I believe that, always believe that there are higher beings that are stronger than us, and these beings are, they want us to make a contact with them, and these are in the higher realms. But for us to reach that realm, spiritually and metaphysically, a person must have knowledge, experience, and the willpower. And I believe that each human being is capable of doing this. However, in our lifetime, while we grown into this matrix system, we are all made to believe in this third dimensional system where we don't think anything above that. We are scared to think anything above that.
Right. So, you've done some astral traveling. In the astral
Mm.
realm, there like demons or agents, and like,
Mhm.
do they exist in there, and how do you deal with them? Have you interacted with
Okay, yeah.
any?
So yes, yes, there are different kind of beings that I should say. You have reptilian level of beings. So these are where they control the whole system on Earth. So they the ones that run the show. All right. Then you have the demonic ones, where they will. These are beings that will actually kind of will attack you in a sense, where they will be kind of, put fear into your heart, or make you feel, negative about yourself. Or there are different beings that are positive. So they are like, we have spiritual animals or spiritual individuals that on the other realm, where they will come to kind of heal you, protect you, guide you. So these are like kind of spirit guides as well. So you have the light, that spiritual level. They have the metaphysical level. You have the forces that works with the light, and you have other first forces that works with the dark. So most of the time, the dark energies are the ones that rule. They are the controllers of the gates. So they make sure that we don't go through those gates. So we don't go to enlightenment. So they, in a sense, they will try to make sure that you don't rise above spiritually level. We don't rise above. You don't break through the matrix. Okay, so that's how it is.
Yeah, and I think we talked about that in our previous interview, and about all that sort of stuff and the entrapment and
Yes, yeah, yeah,
the reincarnation trap as well, which is very
yeah,
interesting. So, are there some techniques that you do that you want to share, or do you want to
yeah.
keep those to yourself?
Okay.
To how you get into the
Mhm,
astral realm. I mean, I've had my experience, and I've put it here on
mhm,
YouTube as well, where I
mhm,
had it was more like a out of body experience, but I know that it was in
mhm,
another realm because I met the divine infinite, and that started me on this
mhm,
path that I'm on of awakening. That was back just after
mhm,
when 9/11 happened in
mhm,
2001. So I believe
mhm,
that that was a different realm. Not sure if it was astral realm, but I could
mhm.
connect with the divine infinite, and I got these
Yeah.
downloads, which has led me onto this path. But anyway, back to that question: are there techniques that you do to get you into the
Mhm.
astral realm, or does it come naturally at any time? Give us some insights into that.
Mm, Right. Okay. So I do use crystals a lot. I use lots of crystals. So I use seven chakra crystals, and also that I have recently been kind of been trained to use certain energetic healing ways, such as being able to open my 12 chakras. So there's like after the seventh chakra, there's 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, where the 12 is the universal level of energetic points. And so it's all about, the deep meditation. So I use lots of deep meditation on this, a lot of, be kind of a half trance. So where I'm kind of half bodily, I'm here, and on my other half, my energetically, I'm somewhere else. So I project myself. So I project my energy there. That's why you call it astral travel. So that's where you kind of break through the ranks, break through the excuse me, the matrix system where we are living in this third dimensional world. So I believe that each individual can do this. Sometimes so it can happen something that I will just walk in doing something normal, then something comes to my mind. I kind of sense it, something's happening. I know I sense it, something's going on, good or bad in a sense. So eventually it comes true. So it's about connecting to source. So you must understand that we are all surrounded by the source of energy, divinely energy. If you can connect, you can see it in everywhere. In a sense, you can sense it, and you kind of live through it as well.
Can we talk a little bit about one of your experiences in the astral realm? And that's
Hmm.
to do with connecting with this 3IAtlas. Now, in
Okay.
the news is out there. I don't often watch the mainstream news, but I peek at it now and again to see what
Hmm.
narratives they're trying to push and what
Hmm.
part of the agenda they're pushing into that narrative. And
Okay.
so, looking at 3IAtlas out there, they're saying they don't know what it is, but you've explained to me off the record that you've had an astral encounter with 3IAtlas, which I'd love
Yes.
for you to share with
Yes.
us. So, firstly,
Yeah.
why do you think 3IAtlas has come here at this specific moment in human history? What is it? You know, what is it? Is it a
Okay.
natural object? Is it a technological craft or a spiritual sign? And why
Mhm.
has it arrived here?
The reason 3I Atlas is here because to speed up the awakening process in the world. This was when I 3 weeks ago. So when I had this session with where I had a deep astral travel, where I made a contact with 3I, is the first thing they said to me was to open your heart. We are here to speed up the awakening process. We are here to guide people into the next level. The reason is that because they are also coming with warnings as well. 3i Atlas is not is kind of a spaceship, but there is no alien race in there. What it is, what I kind of managed to see and feel within that ship is that it's full of information about the different races, which they told me there are billions of other races throughout the universe, and they are connecting with us. And the reason is that they want to send us the information through this spaceship, where they will be able to kind of where everything that you need about the universe is within that spaceship, and it is not a natural object. Obviously, we can all see more or less scientifically. We can see that. Think about it as a back in 1977, Voyager 1 was sent by NASA through to the universe, to the other parts of the galaxy, and in there was information about us human beings, Earth, and the animals and the planet we are in there. It's the same thing. So one they send it when we sent it back in 1977. Now they replying back to us. So it's a ship of, I call it as a library of knowledge, library of information in there, and they told me a few other things as well. They came with a warning that by end of this century, the Earth will be invaded by another alien force that will try to take over the world, and they will come by the end of the century. And in that 3i Atlas wants us to. They want to give us some technological information for us to understand and be ready for this possible invasion by the aliens by the end of the century. It's here because, like I said, it wants to speed up the human awakening, and it's here for us to realize that we are not alone, and it's here to understand that there's a purpose of our own existence, and the purpose is that we are not alone in the universe, and we were never alone. And they will keep saying in my connection, they are lying to you. They are hiding it from you, the truth. You need to wake up. You need to rise up. They will keep saying, open your heart.
Wow, that's an amazing experience. And especially about, you said, these aliens that want to invade Earth. I mean,
Yeah.
what's their purpose to invade Earth? Do they want our water? Do they want our beautiful women? What's the go with them wanting to come invade us? And do you know when they will come and
But,
invade us?
well, according to the 3i Atlas, this invasion will happen end of this century. But by 2050, we will have a direct connection with a certain alien race that will come make a connection with us. They will make a contact with us, a direct contact that by 2050, the reason they want Earth is that they feel that they think, and I think they know this, there is a portal hidden within the Earth crust that opens the gateway to godly realm. If you remember the film Justice League, that There's a film, The Justice League, and it mentions about the anti-life energy, where this in the film, the Steppenwolf says to Darkseid, he says, "This Earth has this anti-life equation," and this is when the dark side in the film. You see, like they know it, right? The Hollywood films, they try to give the messages, but we don't understand it. So there is a gate where this alien race will try to attack Earth, will try to take over the world. They want us to uh, um, be able to defend ourselves. And if you remember the second Independence Day film, so that's in the Hollywood film again. So this one alien race comes in the second one, and it says that they are here to help us. But the strange thing was that they said if they can't take over the world, the Earth, these alien race will try to blow up the sun. So they will come with certain weapons that can, basically make the sun explode. So I am not sure what kind of technology they would have, but they will try to do this apparently if they can't take over the Earth. So this is kind of, I know is out of this world kind of, but it's not science fiction, and I can assure you that this the 3IAtlas is being kind of, they will they will connect to more people on Earth, and they will try to wake them up, and perhaps idea is that to warn people.
Yeah. I've actually seen a movie, I can't remember the name of it, where a probe was sent to Earth. It was a ball. And then
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
humans in.
Independence Day too.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
That
Yeah.
Independence Day too.
And it was a warning.
Okay.
It was like helping. It was to help them, right? To
Mhm.
help humanity, the
Okay.
first one, to
Okay.
warn them, give them a warning. That's what this kind of sounds like. That there's this kind of
Exactly.
warning going on out there,
Yes. Exactly. Yes.
and what it sounds like too is that 3i Atlas, from your interactions with it through the astral
Yeah.
realm, is, to me, what it seems to be is a data repository, quite possibly some type of artificial intelligence data repository that can connect with
Mm.
people, I guess, in certain ways. So maybe that's how you
Yeah.
connected with
Yeah.
it. I'm not quite sure, but
Yeah. I mean, what they try to say is that through that they will try to, send. They want us to send certain information about certain new technology for us to be able to kind of speed up the process of awakening, and also created new weapons for us to be able to protect Earth from this another alien race, which will eventually will come to Earth. They will, try to invade Earth, take over. There's another Netflix film called Colony. There's a series called Colony. I'm not sure if you watched it, and in there you could see that we are being invaded by one fourth of alien race, and all of a sudden another alien race comes along, and the alien race on Earth, which says to human beings, we need to fight together, or they're gonna destroy us both. And then from there, that I realized that other alien races, actually the ones that been had have this cabal system, the matrix system around us. That's the reptilian race. So what is happening in CERN actually is kind of the same what they will try to do. The CERN is to open a portal on the God realm. That's why it's called. They're trying to find the God particle. Once they find it, they feel that they be able to open the portal on the God level of gate. Do you understand? I know that it is kind of a art of this world, but we are at a stage on this earth now that anything is possible, I'm afraid, and things are moving quite fast.
they are indeed. And I just recently saw in the past week that the American government has shut down Do you think that
Yes.
that relates to what's happening with this 3I Atlas in our solar system? So, are governments or intelligent agencies aware of, or are they hiding information about 3I Atlas and related phenomena?
Well, I think the reptilian system that governs the major governments such as the America, they are in panic. They are in panic. The reason is that because they've been ruling over us for centuries. Okay, now this 3IAtlas comes along. He tries to wake up people. So what you need to create chaos so that people attentions are diverted from there. If you understand, and this reptilian system is they know they're collapsing. The system is collapsing, and and now they are in chaos. They're confused. They don't know how to respond. Excuse me. So they create these manufactured things on Earth. So the U.S. government closed down. So people are what they worried about. They worried about their food. Okay, just worry about your food. So your clothes. That's the only thing you should worry about. Don't look up there. There's actually one film in Netflix again. Don't look up. Don't look up. So they don't worry about what's up there. Don't worry. You just worry about here. This is your world. This is what you worry about. And we will create all this confusion for you. Okay, so that you may not have time to think about what's going on up there. It's all connected. It's all connected. And I think they will go further if they feel that this outside of the world kind of forces trying to penetrate through their matrix system. They will go further as much as so that they will create new walls in a way, new confusion in a way.
How do you believe 3I Atlas connects to biblical prophecies like the Nephilim, the Days of Noah
Mhm.
narrative that sometimes we reference through our talks?
Okay, it's quite interesting. So what they through the information I got from 3IAtlas, they told me that have you heard about the Great Reset? Yeah, Great Reset. So the idea of the Great Reset is actually on the esoteric and biblical level. The Great Reset is not for Earth. The Reset is for the whole universe. Okay, so they trying to bring forward in their belief that the day of judgment, where God breaks his promise, okay, and what the 3i Atlas, what they gave me the information from the information I gathered, they try out these things throughout the history of our time with the Noah's Ark, where they wanted to God to break his promise, with the biblical level where Abraham, where he was thrown to the fire. The idea was that if he was to die, the great reset will come. Through the creation, through the death of Jesus, son of Mary, they will greatest reset. Okay, so it's all kind of connected because from that information, what they were telling me and showing me while I was in astral travel, they showed me that the moment when the earth was created and when the first man Adam was created, and the region of creation of Adam was that God on a godly level that he wanted to show the whole universe that how he's powerful. So now knowing that the earth has this kind of a portal to the heavenly level. So through that, if they open that portal, they will be able to create this great reset in the universe, not on earth. So which means that in their belief, God breaks his promises. Okay. I know these are quite deep stuff. He breaks his promise, okay, and everything is written from the beginning again. So that's the idea in a sense. So there's lots of other powers. I mean, this is not just I don't. I felt. When I made the contact with 3IAtlas on astral level, it will be all about space and different alien races. And the information were given me not just through that, but also biblical level of information. I was quite amazed, and I was thinking, why is this connection? And then they explained to me it's all about the great reset system where the universe is reset. So God breaks his promise and he rewrites the whole story from the beginning. And for them to be able to do that, they have to destroy the earth. So that's the idea of that.
I wonder why they want to do that though. Why do they want to reset the this again, the universe again? That's what I'd like
Because
to know.
once they reset it, things will be written under their rules. Okay? We have to go back to the biblical level of understanding. Okay? It's hidden in there. So God made a promise about what will happen, about and they even said the devil is not just something like this being with horns and long tail. Devil, in a sense, is a more kind of cosmic level energy. He's more kind of a cosmic level energy. And strangely enough, they they pointed Saturn to me. They pointed Saturn, and strangely enough, they said all of the technology on Earth comes from Saturn, and there's a hidden race living in Saturn. There's a hidden race, and all of the technology on Earth comes from there for some reason. So this is something that, on a different level, can be explored, I believe.
Yeah, we did, I think, talk about Saturn, or might have been someone else I talked to. And Saturn, when
Mm.
I investigated and researched, it's got a hexagon on it, which is dimensional.
Yes,
3 dimensionally, it's a cube. So when you look at a hexagon and
yes,
you then look at it
yeah,
it's a cube. So there's a
yeah,
cube basically on top, and the cube that
yeah,
some believe,
yeah.
people like David Icke even believe that Saturn transmit this frequency through the hexagon, which then goes to the
Yes,
moon, and then the
yeah,
moon amplifies it, just like the Death Star in Star Wars when it amplified
yeah,
its force field around the
yeah,
planet. That's what it
yeah,
does to the moon does to Earth,
yeah,
where it controls the menstrual cycles of women, where it can
yeah.
control people's consciousness, and it basically creates the
Exactly,
simulation that we have.
exactly,
So maybe the
exactly.
control room is Saturn, which is what you're talking about. So
Mm.
getting back to this 3I Atlas, in what way does the arrival of 3I Atlas challenge or expose these current control systems like the cabal, the globalist power structures that we see, and the matrix? So basically, it seems like 3I Atlas is helping us to expose the matrix.
Exactly. So it will help more individuals to enlighten, speed up the process. Okay. So we will, as human beings, will go through this last evolution. I call this last evolution of where um, realization that we are not alone in the universe, and there are other powers that rules over us. There are other forces that been kind of affecting us, and and from then on that way, so will happen. The system will crack. It will change. So we will, our spirit, on a spirit level, we will be free. Our mind's force will be free. So we will be understanding the whole of creation, okay? Whole of creation in a different perspective. Because this is why, for centuries, by keeping us in this small thoughts while we are on this earth. See, the system that rules over us, the reptilian cabal system, they know what's up there. They know exactly how the system is ruled, okay? But they don't want us to know, okay? They don't want us to know. So they will try to keep us into fighting each other, into financial problems, into breaking into different races. Who's better? who's good, who's bad, into wars and breaking us into countries. So they want us to think higher level. So once if we reach that higher level, so we break through every chain that holds us where it will kind of enslave us. 3IAtlas, also they said they will give us more technology. I think I remember saying that at some point we will reach the speed of light, at speed of light as well. So they want us to progress faster compared to the how we are progressing now, because the rules, physical rules, are quite different in the universe than how it is now.
From your understanding, has any government experimented or weaponized astral projection or remote viewing in connection with these entities? Do you know of?
Well, yes, we know this anyway. So, like I said from the beginning, there's a project, Stargate, which has been explored by the US government, CIA, trying to gather intelligence through the Soviet Union. And in those, I think with the remote viewing, they also broke free with the time concept, because in one of the reports that it says one of the remote viewer managed to see Mars 1 million years ago, which is possible. And I think for Area 51, they are more deeply involved. And also, I think secret the US government is working on a time machine. So they are trying to break through time, in a sense. Not being able to maybe trying to see the future, but there are lots of other things that which is going on. I mean, with the CERN as well at the same time. I mean, it's obvious that they know what's really going on. And recently they called back 800 generals back to USA, and they had this defense, uh, um, America's defense secretary, where he just basically said, "Oh, you just need to make sure you are clean shave," and he called them back for that half an hour speech. 800 generals. I don't think so. That was the show. That was the show in the front where people will believe. Okay, so there must be a reason. They know that everyone's gonna find out why they calling back 800 generals at the same time, unless there's a something globally going on or something globally will be going on. I think with those 800 generals, there's a possibility with the 3i Atlas, what the information they gave me, they are plan to shoot it down. If when it comes to need to Earth, that's the idea. They want to do this, but I'm not sure if they're going to be successful. I don't think they will be successful. So the idea is if they shoot it down and there's a part of it falls to Earth, they want the Americans to respond first, wherever it might fall, the pieces, so they can go and pick it up. However, via Atlas, the information, the energy I felt that they won't be able to do that, and there's a possibility that things will eventually quickly change on Earth, such as major earthquakes. So there's a possibility major earthquakes will trigger as well.
Could be too. I mean, it's really, really interesting. Even NASA has shut down, and a lot of these government departments out there. I also
Exactly.
see that CERN, some believe, are creating portals, and that I did
Yeah,
see one video where they said CERN were creating portals to connect with 3IAtlas. I'm not sure if you saw that one, but yeah,
I haven't seen that one. I think they are trying to do that. So secretly, we must understand, though they in the behind closed doors, there are lots of things going on that they're not telling us, and they're trying to connect with the Freya Atlas. I think they know better than us why it's here, what's his purpose, and what kind of effect it will have on the human race. They know this already. So the Cabal system is quite worried. They in a They in a confused situation where they're trying to overcome this, where they can be able to kind of stop it or divert their attention from us or just feed us silly information. If it's not so important, if it's just a kind of just a meteor hurling through the space, yeah, if you were to believe that theory, why is it that all of the major countries have their telescopes been watching every single move since July? Okay, it's just going to hurl through and there's nothing to worry about. Why is that? And the shape of it as well, quite extraordinary as well. It does look like a ship, and through my astral travel, that it did show that it's a ship, but it has a conscience in it. So that they are actually not the alien race. There's a conscience of them in a sense. So, and there is, I see it as a big, massive library of the secrets of the universe where it's kind of transmitting through the light energy. So whoever picks it up on Earth will be able to see it in a sense. But all I can say is that they just what is what they felt is said for the 3IAtlas. They making you fight each other. They hiding the truth from you, and you should wake up because there's something more dangerous coming to Earth by end of this century, and you need to be prepared. And this is why we are here. We want you to wake up and understand that you are not alone. If you're not ready, if you're not ready for this alien race, they will destroy you. They will just destroy you because you don't have the technology to fight them back right now. You don't have that.
Yeah, very, very interesting. And I know now, like a lot of people, their minds are occupied. I mean, we've seen now this digital ID thing come out across the world, and we know that that's part of this
Yeah.
whole new obsidian system where
Mhm,
they want
mhm,
to
mhm.
fully cage people into the matrix to stop them from ascending and
Yeah.
connecting with the divine
Yeah.
infinite.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like they're trying to
Yeah.
move that
Yeah.
forward really, really fast. Even Europe, I've seen
Yeah.
UK, Australia, New
Yeah.
Zealand have started
Yeah.
implementing digital licenses and they're looking at moving over to the whole digital ID thing. Thailand and Vietnam, they've
Mhm,
like cancelled
mhm.
people's bank accounts unless they come in and give their biometrics. So we're seeing this happen.
Yeah.
And I think,
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
humanity on the verge of a great unveiling? Yes, I think it is. It's happening right now. And what can
Mhm.
individuals do right now to strengthen their spiritual discernment and not be deceived
Mhm.
by this false light or control systems?
We must understand that the beyond us there are different forces, and we have to. This is what they said. Right, I felt from 3IAtlas. Open your hearts. Open your hearts means, in a sense, to understand and believe that there are different forces, and we are not alone. And that the what we see is not the real reality. So this free this digital ID system is only to imprison us. So we will only become digits for the whole cabal system. And for them, when you become just a digit, then you can be used, delete it whenever they want to, in a sense, where they'll be able to control you, your money, your life, and if you just become a, I mean, that's the last stage before they try to. I mean, they are quite connected with us through the phones anyway. So we have the AI system ready to recognize wherever you are, which part of the world you live in. So once you become just a digital ID, the whole system is to because I feel that in the next, I mean, you saw this anyway in one of the European governments, Albanian government, they actually uh, got an AI minister where because there was lots of corruption in the government, and this will eventually spread out in all of the Western countries because we will be pushed into so much corruption. We will say, right, we can't, as human beings, we can't rule ourselves. No government, no individual can be trusted. So let the AI rules over us. So this is a great big system. big system. So once we could become a digital, with our digital ID system, so the whole system is interconnected, and then the governments will fail, the system will fail, and then we're gonna say, just like in the Terminator from Skynet, I think it was in the second or third one, but eventually in their film, the U.S. government said, "Oh, let's give all our control system to Skynet because there's a big, massive virus going on. They can't control it. But once they let the Skynet control the system, they realize the virus was the Skynet in the first place. So this is how it is. So the problem is there already. So you will create this AI system, will create the problem, and eventually it will take over our system. And basically, everything about us, everything will be interconnected with them, and we will become, like I said, just numbers for them.
Yeah, I agree on that point too. And what I'm seeing now is a big, massive reliance on artificial intelligence. People are giving
Yeah,
their own abilities of creativity over to artificial intelligence
yeah,
now. And we're seeing it worldwide. And, you're
mhm,
looking at kids, little kids on their phones, all stuck on their phones playing games, and it's readying them for this AI
yeah,
takeover. What I feel the cabal are doing is they're creating this pseudo fake soul, which is AI
yeah,
implemented. And over here is
yeah,
us. We are divine sparks on this side, connected to the divine
exactly.
infinite. But what people are
Yeah,
now need to do at this point is to decide, do they want to go to the pseudo soul direction with AI, or do they want to stay in the divine spark connected to
exactly.
God, connected to the divine
Yeah,
creator? And this is the choice people are
exactly.
going to have to make very, very soon.
Exactly.
Whether they believe it or
Exactly.
not, this is what the cabal believes. Whether they believe it or not, whether you
Exactly.
out there believe this or
Yeah,
not, this is what the cabal believes,
yeah,
because this is what they're creating
yeah,
right now. So you need to make a choice. When these digital IDs come out, you need to make a choice to consent to it or not to consent to it. Consent to it
yeah.
or not consent to it. Stay within your divine rights. Now, this is the decision people
Yeah.
have to make. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think, yeah, obviously this is where the beast system takes over the human soul. So digitally, there is where you will kind of take the mark, as it says, in the biblical level, you're taking the mark and you have no other choice. And it says either you take the system or you stay hungry. You become jobless. Okay, you don't earn money, so what you need to do? Then then make a choice. In a sense, for so many people it'll be difficult. I mean, the way they're going to put this system is that they're going to make us feel, oh, this is the right way because this is the only choice you have. This is the only way. I mean, it's not just going to stop on digital IDs. In China, they made this whole school from AI, so the teachers are AI. In Elon Musk been working on robots. They're gonna connect all these robots to AIs eventually. And the idea is that you will you will in like there's so many jobs will disappear. Doctors, nurses, teachers, engineers, they will all disappear. Everything will be interconnected to this AI robotic system. In the near future, when people go to hospitals, there will be robotic nurses. There will be robotic doctors. So you don't need human beings then. What do you need then? Then what will happen is that they will get rid of the excessive, the ones they don't feel like needs to be fed anymore, because they don't need them in the system. The system is there to work for them only. It's all eventually will build up to that. So one by another. So, but the way they were gonna make is that this is the only way because this is the future. This is how it should be. No, it's not. This is how they slowly, surely will get rid of the human race. Why do you think they're trying to reach out to Mars? They want to reach out to Mars. Eventually, they want to colonize and they want to open up to the galaxy. But what's going to happen to all those people back on Earth? They don't need them. All they need is a couple of 100 million people bringing out minerals from the earth. The rest, just get rid of them. Wars, you don't need them. And the chosen ones, like Elon Musk says, they ask him one question. They asked him one question: why do you have so many children? And he said, you need lots of people on Mars to colonize it. Once they colonize it, once they set the system there, they will say, oh, we don't need Earth anymore. Okay, we don't need it. We don't need people. We don't need a system. We don't need government. We don't need to feed anyone because the AI, the system, all of it is doing it for us already. Robots are doing it for us. We don't need human beings. So what will happen? Earth shut down, closed, so destroyed.
I think that the actual system we're in, this monetary capitalistic system, is not updated to a more transparent, emergent system. It's in a static space, which means that the controllers are at the top of the pyramid. It's not in a
Yeah,
holographic social system. We need to be in a holographic social
yeah,
system. I have talked about this in previous podcasts, like a resource-based economy. And so what happens is that because it's not in a holographic, transparent social system, any new advanced technologies that come into it are controlled from the top. Do you know what I mean? And as you know, I can give you
yeah,
a hammer and you can use the hammer to build a house or you can use it to dong someone over the head with it. The intention
yeah,
is the problem. So what I'm saying
yeah,
is that AI can be used to help people if we know how to control it and monitor it and be used in a way that's not
yeah,
abused. Because what we're looking at is we're seeing technology being abused right now. And I'm seeing AI being
exactly.
abused by people like the cabal or these elites. Larry Ellison,
Yeah,
Oracle, he's a big gatekeeper for the cabal
yeah,
as well, you know, wanting
yeah,
to bring out
yeah,
all this digital IDs and stuff, and he's funding people like Tony Blair, for instance. Who's Tony Blair? He's that
yeah,
idiot that was the former
mm,
prime minister for the UK, who's
yeah,
now getting involved
yeah,
with affairs to do with Israel. But anyway, that's another topic we can talk about in another
yeah, yeah,
podcast. But what I'm
yeah,
saying is that if we look at a holographic social system, things would change. And I think that's where we need to put our energy into creating something
mm,
that's more holographic for humanity to transcend to. Because what I'm seeing now, we've got our monetary system right here, and it's going to be upgraded to this
mm,
obsidian social credit, digital ID, CBDC
mm,
social system, which is here.
yes,
We're just on the verge of it. Whether you believe that or not, we're just on the verge of that happening. When we do
exactly.
go there, what they want for us to do is to cross the line. How do we cross the line? By consenting. Once we cross the line, we're
Yeah,
in there. And what I
yeah,
have researched in terms of being in contact with whistleblowers and that is that the mark not only is people going to be marked in this reality, but people are going to be marked in the afterlife, in the astral realms, that
yeah,
they are
yes,
owned. They are not property of God anymore. They are owned by the
yes.
cabal.
Their soul is sold.
Yeah,
Because the
their
way they
soul is
see it
sold.
is
That's
that
the mark.
they yeah, they see as the human soul as the source of energy. They see as the soul as the human soul as the source of energy. Through the human soul, that like where they feel that they can open different realms to portals. I mean, these guys just don't work on a kind of a 3D level. They work on a different dimensional level, and it's all about total control, not just physical control, but belief that this connection from the divine. They want us to disconnect from, like you say, disconnect from the divine. So, but this is when, so obviously with 3i Atlas appearing, so this has um, made them panic. So this is the game changer. And I think from the Astral, what the information I came from, they will be more appearing. They will be more signs will be coming from heavenly, uh, interdimensionally energies will come to Earth more, and they are here to awaken us. And also, this was quite interesting. They want us to remember our ancestral knowledge because they were showing me a couple of hidden pyramids. One of them is in the North Pole, hidden underneath the ice. This is why they're trying to melt the ice, yeah, so this can be revealed. And there's another one underneath the earth. So this one can be only be revealed through major earthquakes. So it's all kind of where 3IAtlas is kind of a changes everything for them, and this made them panic. So they are in a panic actually. So what's happened in the USA and them calling 800 generals back, it shows they are in panic. They want to they want to, I mean, why do you want to say Department of War from the Department of Defense? So why do you want to change that? So you're preparing for war. With who? Why? So it's all kind of a screen show in a sense for us to believe, oh yeah, they're not in control.
Yeah. Before we wrap it up, can you give us some final insights and from your experience you had with 3IAtlas and maybe some inspiration for individuals out there to take on board to work on?
This is kind of the light end of the tunnel that appears, I think, with the Freya Atlas. So we must understand as human beings, even though the Kabbalah system wants us to perceive this universe just through the eyes of how we live on Earth, but Freya Atlas is a reminder that we are in a quite big, vast universal forces that we can connect. Our ancestors did when we look at all of those ancient history of our human history. They tried to find the truth through the heavens. They didn't have technology, but so many of these different kind of uh, ancient people had a connection with them somehow. This was a kind of a reminder to us that even though we are only to believe what we see, even though that we are all kind of being squeezed into this system where eventually with the digital ID they just want to turn us into numbers rather than individuals. The 3i Atlas is a reminder there's something above us, and this was the message from them. Wake up, open your heart, and realize that they are lying to us and they are hiding the information from us. I think human beings, if they will find disconnect from the matrix system that surrounds them, even for a moment, they can find a divine connection within us. That there are different forces for us to connect, but the system made us, or the system trying to make us to disconnect from our divine source, divinely knowledge. Now, I think we are just not just human beings. We are, um, more than just human beings. We are on a spirit level. We are divine spirits throughout the universe. And I remember in one of the things they said, "We are watching you. We know what you think." And especially they said, when you look up the stars, we see you. This was the information that gave me. When you look up stuff, we are watching them. We know exactly what you're thinking. And they said, we're not alone. There are billions of races out there, and we don't know anything about them.
Great, great. Thank you. So, where can people contact you or connect with you? Do you have any platforms out there, or if people have questions, where can
Well,
they message you?
okay. Well, I have Instagram account, Archangel Lights. Maybe perhaps they can connect me from there. I mean, if they were to connect through to you, if they want to, they can find me through you. I believe that maybe to put my details from there. So they can find me from the Archangel Lights on Instagram. So that's one of the platforms that I use. They can write to me. They have questions, and I think now, I mean, I am planned for another astral level of connection with 3IAtlas to get more information if I can, because there's other questions that I feel I need to ask, and it's all about understanding so many things of the purpose of our existence, and I think there's lots of information that I can be able to kind of tap into through the Free Eye Atlas.
Okay, so thank you, Servet, for this podcast and joining us this week. We'll probably see you on the next one. Hopefully, we can do some more of these podcasts. It's been amazing that you've
Yeah,
come and
thank
joined
you.
us. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me this chance to talk. Thank you.
There you go, people. Once again, another podcast show. You be the judge. And remember, the truth can set you free, but first, it will piss you off. See you guys on the next podcast.